Hi everyone, this is Leonie and you're listening to Leonie's Light, Cancer Support and Survival. On this podcast you'll expect to laugh with me, cry with me and everything in between. Every episode I will either have a family member, friend or guest speaker to join me and share their experiences, advice and answer questions. Welcome to episode 2. Today I'm going to be looking over some good and bad times from my journey. On this episode I'm joined by my dad. So Dad, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Cole. I'm a very proud dad of this little warrior.
Right Dad, I'm just going to go straight into it with my first question, which is how did you feel me being rushed straight up to Great Ormond Street in like a hurry, not knowing why or what was happening?
Well, I think because we obviously got told by different doctors that it was just a viral infection or something like that.
Yeah.
It was, it was nothing.
Possibly pneumonia.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
like me, I want to find out what and why, so I googled it.
Yeah.
And it did come up with certain things like this. When you was up there, I mean, because I obviously drove down from Potter's Bar down to Kent, and yeah, I mean, you was your normal self as such. You wasn't with it.
No.
I mean, you're breathing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was a bit of a cold as such. You're not normally a drama queen.
No.
I wouldn't say you are. But yeah, no, it's when they said because I had to give your mum a rest because she had to go and feed the dog her side down to there, and so I sat with you. Then the doctor told me that we had to
In the space of 20 minutes.
20 minutes, just my luck that is. Anything I look after normally breaks. So I was with you for half an hour and you were being rushed to Great Ormond Street with blue flashing lights.
Yeah.
We had to get you up there, so I had to quickly phone your mum, get her to get you there so I can, because I've got my car, to drive back to Potter's Bar, which was a long journey. I mean, what's it, 45, 50 minutes? But it felt like hours.
Yeah.
So I needed to get home, keeping to the speed limit, trying to.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, we got in. I had to quickly tell Alison we had to just get to Great Ormond Street straight away. So I had to get a train up there from Potter's Bar, and that was a long journey. And obviously I had to have Alison with me to take me there because she said, because I'd end up getting off the wrong stop because my mind's not in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, big thanks to her because she got me to the door and then went home.
Yeah.
So I went up to met you and your mum up there, and see you being wheeled into the big room waiting for you. I don't know how I got up there so quick. I think I actually got up there before the ambulance.
Yeah, I think you did actually.
Yeah, so because I think they had to stop. I think you said.
Yeah, I was sick in the ambulance, so they pulled over on the hard shoulder, and then that to sort me out, and then they just went as quick as they could.
Yeah, so I got there first. Then seeing you wheel through, they had your machine,
beeping away,
beeping out all wires. Doctors all meeting you. Obviously wheeled you in. You were still conscious. I mean, I don't know how much you remember of that.
I don't remember anything apart from being sick in the ambulance, and that was it. So I think they gave me something to knock me out. I mean, I probably looked awake, but to make me drowsy and not remember it. And then
yeah, I mean, and I can't remember. I'm sure. Yeah, you was in there. Can't breathe, sit up, and obviously we had many conversations with the doctor. We still didn't know what was wrong with her. They just said it could be pneumonia.
Yeah, they didn't know.
So I was crapping myself on that part.
Yeah, thinking that was the worst. Yeah,
the worst was to come.
Yeah. So you saw me in the room, and then where did I go from there?
Well, me and your mum was there. We didn't know what to think. Seeing you with all these wires, I mean, you were still conscious, but they said they had to put a drain in you, so your mum couldn't watch, and I was peeking through because I still needed to be in that control.
Yeah.
And I actually watched them cut open your side.
Yeah.
And put tubes in. It was like a mini operation.
Yeah.
And feeding back the commentary to your mum because she couldn't watch.
Yeah.
And it was just surreal, really. And then when we went back in your room,
because I had fluid on my lungs, didn't I? So that's what the drains.
Yeah, because they say you was drowning. So, but I remember you saying, which was funny. I mean, it was what they given me, and they actually said ketamine.
Yeah.
As you people might listen and know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, Special K. You actually went, wow, I can tell my mates now I've done Special K, which was, I suppose you don't remember that.
No.
And oh my God, your eyes, they were massive, bulging out your head, which was scary to watch because it wasn't you.
No.
I mean, yeah, and I remember sitting there thinking this is going to be a long journey. We still didn't know from that day. I'm not too sure if it was the next day we found out.
I think you were saying the next day,
Yeah.
because they drained, I think, a little bit of fluid from my lungs and then found the mass.
Yeah, so they had to drain that through, and then they said
Yeah.
the next day, I think it was your heart. Yeah, they told us about the mass before you went the next part. Yeah, so I remember sitting there with the fans on. It was so cold. I mean, we're talking September, but like, it wasn't too cold. We air conditioning on, and you was
Massive
burning
fan.
up. I'm shivering, and but what have I got to moan about?
Yeah.
You know, as far as I know, you're drowning in your lungs. But yeah, so I had to sit there in that freezing cold with these fans on.
So after being in a freezing cold room with me, you and Mum got told the news. But
Yeah,
when did they tell you that? Or how did
I'm
they?
sure it was in the morning, because I know I stayed overnight. They put us in this room.
Which was amazing. They put you up.
I mean, it was like a prison cell at first, as in it was like plastic sheeting, but I get that because it's the turnaround. It was only there one night. I think your mum and Lee, your uncle,
Yeah.
stayed in one room and I stayed in another thing. I mean, it was fine. We just swapped over. And then obviously the next day,
Yeah.
doctor pulled us in the room and said, yeah, it was cancer.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure what type,
No.
but he said because of the steroids, take a breath, it's gonna start working straight away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
And didn't you said to me, like, obviously cancer is just awful, but he said it's one of the better. What did he say?
he said, not to say, I mean, brilliant, amazing bloke, but he said it's the best cancer to have.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't go and pick and choose that, but
No.
he said it's the best cancer. Survival rates is high.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like hitting you with.
I mean, it
An
weren't
hammer.
just that, was it? Because it was the fluid on top of that, and all
Yeah,
that. It
because I
weren't
think
just
the cancer comes second, because you know it's very common with cancer, everybody. But I think because when he said we've got to get you to theatre,
Yeah.
so at that point we had all these doctors. I remember what's sticking out, American doctor. She come in, she dressed like she come out of a nightclub, to be honest. She must have come in from home, but she come in and she wanted to come in your room and tell you that because it was end of life care,
Yeah.
which was like, didn't
Yeah.
think it was that serious, to be honest. And she wanted to come and tell you might not make it. So
Yeah.
they had an end of life team. I thought, shh, you know. I said to her, no, she's 15. If anyone's going to tell her she's not going to make it, it's going to be me or your mum.
Yeah.
Which was, you don't want to be telling your daughter may not make it.
No.
Anyway, so the theatre was, I think we had the family up this time. I mean, I had to
Possibly.
ring Alison to tell her about the news because she was waiting at home.
Alison is Dad's partner.
Yes. We're not longer with your mum, so, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so and I think that's the other thing, because we've not spoke to your mum because we do it through your care and all that.
Yeah.
But I think being up the hospital was like, you know, brought all the family together.
Yeah, which was brilliant, really.
It's awkward for both sides.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know, yeah. So I remember you going to theatre, and at this point, I don't think I even shed a tear. I'm not one for showing emotions.
No.
Yeah, I remember you going, as you went through the room, you went to me, love you, Dad, and that was it.
Yeah.
I fell to pieces.
We just had to take a minute, but so I went down to theatre because I had my two lungs in my my two
Hope so.
drains in my side to take the fluid out of my lungs, but they also had to put the drain to my heart because I had fluid around my heart as
Yeah,
well.
because they said it wasn't. They weren't too sure about laying you down, because I remember you had a CT scan,
Yeah,
but you couldn't really lay down. The more you laid down, it stopped your breathing.
yeah,
So they said to us before you was going in the operation, they will have to put you in an induced coma,
Yeah.
which is the word coma, you know, is as well as the news we just received.
yeah. It was coming out of all angles, isn't it?
Yeah, and I remember obviously falling apart, and your mum giving me a hug, which was weird because we've been divorced for about 9 years or whatever it is. But so as we went up, we had the family in the waiting room. They didn't really know what happening. I mean, they knew there was cancer going on. And they said you'll be out for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So you can picture it. You don't remember this, but
no.
You had Alison and your uncle on one side, me and your mum, but your mum was sort of like holding my hand.
Yeah.
Which was a bit weird for Alison, I'd say, you know, because I think if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be a bit awkward. But like we say, you know, all bad things, sometimes you can take a positive out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And we always find a positive all the time, even now we're like...
So me and Alison laugh at that now, because it must have been odd, you know, me and your mum holding hands or hugging. Well, I mean, Mrs. is sitting opposite. Yeah. But anyway, you know, at the end of the day, forget about feelings and how much it makes you feel. My daughter's in theatre.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the brilliant news was I was sitting there, didn't know what to think. I think I was in sort of a blank state. And then doctor come up and said, put thumbs up. You was out in 45 minutes. However, you're still in a coma.
Yeah.
And obviously you got wheeled to the ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think I knew, and one thing Anna did say, life's going to change.
Yeah.
And at this point, I don't think Owen knew, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, so I remember you...
Because I remember you saying that you told Alison to come upstairs when she was at home.
Yeah.
And you told her about that I got diagnosed with cancer. And she was a bit like, well, what do I do with this news? Like, Leonie's brother's sitting downstairs and my stepsisters are sitting downstairs, like, haven't got a clue what's going on. Like, what does she do with this news?
She brought Owen up to the hospital, didn't she?
Yeah, she brought Owen up on the train without him knowing still.
Yeah.
You and Mum wanted to tell him.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't personally tell. I mean, your mum had to have some balls to tell him, because that was hard.
Yeah.
And he sort of fell apart.
Yeah,
I think you two are close.
I think we've become a lot closer.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, I definitely think we've become a lot closer. Oh, and especially me and you as well. Like, I mean, we were so close before.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've not been, but
yeah.
I think we've definitely become a lot
closer.
I
think because before I worried, it's not you love the children, you love your children equally, but I worried about Owen more than I did you, because you're proper tough cookie.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have no worries. Obviously, worrying you about getting in the tear up and things, but getting kicked out of school. But you know, I still didn't have no concerns in that sense. But yeah, it changed. You know, you sort of become vulnerable.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you was in a coma, watching that monitor. Oh my God, all night, because you was on literally 100% oxygen. You wasn't breathing on your own, and I was watching it, and I was going, it's coming down 5%, 10%. She's 80%, 70%, and obviously, knowing my OCD, I was counting the numbers, and they were getting stuck in my head watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, we were backwards and forwards to the hospital. I couldn't go back to Potts Bar, it's too far, so they put me up in like a supported house. It was amazing.
Yeah, just across about 5-minute walk from it, you said.
Yeah. So I was there for a couple of hours getting my head down. Then I'd come back. Me and your mum would swap over. I think they put her up as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they were brilliant.
And then I mean, the whole family.
Yeah.
But I'm watching you, and I think just watching you pull through. I mean, you did wake up at one point, and that put you back out. I think it was 12 hours in the coma, so you had to be out for sedation for at least 3 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You woke up and made the nurse jump. So it's like something from the living dead, I think, seeing you. Yeah.
Was there one memory or something that sticks out to you throughout that part of the journey that obviously the news is just not a nice thing, but something that's motivated you or something?
It's certainly toughened you up in a sense. You get a bit numb seeing your little girl in a coma.
Yeah.
God, it's bloody emotional, this is. Yeah, I think when you started coming round, you had the tube in your throat, you didn't know what was happening in a sense, and it felt like you wanted to say something, you couldn't. And I said, did you want me to get anything for you, or is there anything I can communicate? So we found this whiteboard, and I gave it to you, and I think one thing stood out. It's like, wow, this is something special. You draw a rose.
Yeah.
And you wrote, thank you, and then you put, where does the medicines go?
Yeah.
And I thought, do you know what? After all that, not worried about anything else, just thanking the staff.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And yeah, I mean, to draw something like that, and I think that's what stood the most out of anything.
Yeah.
And I remember everybody wanted to come and see this miracle girl that didn't she think pull through so quick. And we had nurses from other wards coming down.
Yeah.
And when I was telling her, the nurses, I mean, with proper pride, because I'm thinking my daughter's just done this. All the nurses started crying as well. So, you know. So yeah, and I think
Owen got it as a tattoo.
so. Owen got the rose. You might have seen pictures.
Tattooed for my 16th birthday.
For his 16th birthday of the original rose.
Yeah.
On his arm, which was another emotional turmoil.
Yeah.
So that was like, wow. But yeah, and I just thought, you know what, our life's changing now. We've got, you know, but you just kept fighting, pushing.
Yeah.
And that's where the journey really, I think, personally started.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, that was really emotional. I
Yeah.
don't think I've been as emotional since. I mean, you brought it up. Well done. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Yeah. But, you know, one thing I've learned through this journey is being upset doesn't make you weak, it makes you stronger.
It does.
And you taught me that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have ask you a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Go on then. Go ahead.
Obviously, you've gone through so much during this journey.
Yeah.
What was the most surprising thing you've learned about yourself through the strength, resilience? What you learned about it most?
I think, like, growing up, I always thought I was quite strong-minded and a strong character, you know, being stronger than I am, my bigger brother, always fighting him and whatever, but I didn't realise how strong I had to be and could be until going through this, because I don't think you realise until you go through something so intense how strong you've got to be. And I think being with, like, the best people, and I think that's just helped massively, and having, like, a positive mindset and always making jokes out of things that really shouldn't be funny has helped a lot, because we always joke, don't we?
Oh yeah.
I think when people saw me, like my friends the first time, they didn't know if they could joke, and I had to kind of encourage them to do it, because otherwise we'd be sitting there upset. So I think in that sense, I think having a laugh through a sad time has helped so much.
So having humour.
You've
got to,
you've got to, because it's just.
Yeah.
I think it would just be a different. I think my story would be different if we went like that.
Definitely.
So, Dad, I've got a question for you. What are your top 3 funniest moments from my journey so far?
Do you know what? It sounds like a bit of a sick question. Like, we're talking about cancer here and you want to talk about funny moments. But no, we're not a sick family in the sense that we do try and turn things into humour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might ask other people about funny moments, the things we've done.
Yeah.
While we're up there. But I do remember the first one was when you was out of your face on Cat. Obviously, this is legal. The doctor gave it to her.
Yes, it is legal.
All right. I thought, I was freezing. I remember sitting on the chair. I think your mum went back to her place to have a nap. And so it's my turn. So I thought, I'm going to sit there and watch them do it. And I felt really tired. And I dropped off for about 5-10 minutes. And I thought, I've got away with this. No nurses have come in. I've sat there. And it was till the next day. She's come in. She actually told her mum that she remember seeing me have a nap in the chair. You don't remember that?
No, I grasped to my dad.
So she had a little grass, not grassing, but yeah, she did. Yeah, so that was one moment. I remember, the second, third night, something like that, I was obviously going back to my place, and sort of your mind's everywhere. And I was walking down the road, and I'll say in their 20s, I suppose, pissed out of their heads.
I mean, we're talking about central London.
Central London, yeah, but it was like off the streets,
Yeah.
And group of them, and I'm making noises out of the place. So I said, you lot keep it down. And anyway, I ended up chatting with them for about half an hour, talking crap to 5 drunk 20-year-olds. They were lovely. Telling me about their whole day. They even promised to give me 25 grand, but that didn't happen.
Oh.
But yeah, no, they were good as gold. You know what? We judge people when they've had a drink, or young people, but do you know what, they were respectable young people, they were good as gold. So it's quite funny really, sitting in central London chatting to drunk people while my daughter's in hospital. And I think the third, I mean, do you remember, I suppose, Mum, our puppet shows?
Yeah.
So the background on this, when I was little, when Leonie and Arian was little, I used to do puppet shows till 10 o'clock at night. I should have been in bed at 7, but you know.
Yeah, we was talking like really young.
But yeah, no, we found some in the kids bit. They were like, they gave you some items, didn't they?
Yeah, there was like little finger puppets, weren't they?
And I think we've got videos somewhere, so it's dark. And to keep Leonie's moods up, I was doing a puppet show to my 15-year-old daughter.
At the end of the bed.
At the end of the bed to my 15-year-old daughter. Yeah, I'm sure she was impressed. It got a smile.
Yeah, it did.
And then we did tie-dyeing. And and I think I have to say, gosh, this is one thing to be proud of. I'm the only adult, they said, that did tie-dyeing in the whole of Gosh. Most parents declined, but no, we did it, didn't we?
Yeah, so proud of you, Dad.
Right, my second question for you.
Yeah.
How did you manage the frustration of losing your mobility and missing out on sports? Because I know that was a big part, because I went from a little age, you want to be a cage fighter. God help my little princess want to be a cage fighter. I mean, you were smashing at football, you know, I thought you could have really done something with yourself with that. Maybe a bit too rough for you. That's not rough for you. You being too rough for them. But yeah, so what was the struggle? How did you feel when you had no mobility?
Well, I lost my mobility on my 16th birthday, which was just tough in itself. But I think thinking of sport, it was awful, because even when I got ill, I used to like doing a little bit of, I mean, I had no energy really, did I? But doing a little bit of football in the garden, so I think it was just so tough. But I think I had more things to worry about than thinking about things that didn't matter at that time. But I think because I couldn't play sport since I got ill, that helped, because I had no choice before I lost my mobility anyway, because I just had no energy. But yeah, it was tough. How
did you feel kicking that ball? I mean, it was very emotional for me, because it took a year or so to kick that ball, and then we went to Go Ape.
Go Ape, yeah. I mean, that was incredible. Credits to Lil, because she done it all with me. I mean, the football, it was both in the same day as well.
It was, yeah.
Kicking that football was just like, I mean, it might sound silly to some people, but yeah, it was, amazing.
But I know what cheered you up at Go Ape.
What?
Do you remember that big fit man running past? I should be saying that to my daughter, but...
yeah.
I went to Joshua run past.
Yeah, that was just like crazy on his own. Where's his security?
And said hello, which was it sums up the day really. So
yeah, he said hello to me, which was lovely. But yeah, Go Ape was another, because that takes a lot of fitness, even when you are fit. Like, it's tiring, but we was up there for 2 hours, and like just
going from crutches,
being free, I think it was just amazing.
Especially when you was in a wheelchair, going from crutches, and then now you're climbing up 40-foot cargo nets. And things.
I mean, I was lucky I was harnessed, but that was all under me, because I was in charge of making sure I was tied on properly, which was a bit worrying. No, my concentration was not very good, but I think just being able to do a bit of activity and not feeling like I was stuck in a wheelchair all day when I was out is just incredible, really.
Yeah, very proud.
Thank you. Okay, so my second question to you is, a year and a half after my diagnosis, we went to Gosh to give the children some presents. How did you feel going back there? Because obviously being in Gosh was just traumatising for everyone. So how did you feel going back after a year and a half?
Another emotional question, yeah, well done. Right. I mean, I was replied anyway, you raising money, so whoever's listening and gave money, so, Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me. I mean, we've got a load of staff. We went to Tesco's, bought all that stuff. I think we raised 400 quid or something.
Yeah, something amazing.
Yeah,
really,
so we got presents
I mean, it was in a little space of time, wasn't it, that we raised that money.
So we bought all the stuff, went up there. It was quite a bit emotional day entering.
Yeah.
Because it was bringing back them memories again.
I mean, I just remember saying to Alison, like, Is he alright? Because you were just silent, like, most of the time. Obviously, you was...
Very unusual for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, walking through that door, it's a very special place. If anyone's never been, not saying go up there and get you kicked, but you know, it is a special place. It is something else. It's not like a normal hospital. I mean, when we visited the chapel, you didn't go to the chapel.
No, but that was when you got emotional, weren't it?
Oh, yeah. And again now, excuse me. But no, obviously I spent many mornings in there and evenings praying.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather have the cancer than you.
Yeah.
But obviously, it come through. My prayers were answered. Obviously, not getting the cancer.
No.
But you pulling through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a special place to me. I mean, if you believe or not, I mean, that's my faith. But it helped me. So, and I think some of the family went down there as well. Because I know Alison went in there with me.
Yeah. But we've got a nice picture, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was... So it was good to show you that. And then we went to... Is it Picker Wald or whatever it's called?
Elephant Ward was upstairs.
And then what is
it called? The intensive care unit.
Yeah, so we went to there. So I'm sure someone listening will know the name of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing you, because it wasn't about me on that day. None of this is about us as a family. It's about you.
Yeah.
Seeing you give presents to the nurses.
And
seeing
kids
and one thing it's gone off tangent when you said about funny things.
Yeah.
There's a bell, right? So when people
no, I know what you're gonna say.
when people obviously get over their treatment, they go on to their finish their cancer treatment. Well, one night we were visiting Leonie. This was obviously when I had to go home because obviously you only used the accommodation for a little while. We brought Owen up. So you can picture this, right? It was 9 o'clock at night. Leonie's settling down, so it's a children's ward. So everybody on this ward has got cancer or going through some really extreme.
15 and below.
Yep. Owen says, "What's this bell?" And he grabbed hold of the bell and started ringing it. It was shocking. I mean, I can't believe, so embarrassed. Yeah, Owen was ringing the Get Over Cancer bell.
Oh.
But yeah, so that was a ward. We visited that. Seeing the nurses, I was so grateful. I mean,
yeah, they were, weren't they?
I mean,
one of them remembered me, didn't they?
Yeah, the consultant.
Yeah, it was about the consultant.
But all through this, there's a reason why I'm in the NHS at the top of the tree. Regardless of what people, you wait X amount of hours for your doctor, X amount of hours or days,
or whatever.
Just be grateful we've got this.
Yeah,
because it's, at the end of the day, they work bloody hard.
They do.
They were there all night.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah, and seeing them again was emotional. I mean, I kept it in.
Yeah.
But it was like a second home. It was only for 2 weeks, but it was, and it will always be stuck in our heart. I mean, yeah.
Because it weren't just me that they helped; it was the family, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we took over this is all I've been told, but I remember you saying that you all took over the. There's like a family room where you can go and sit and wait, or I don't know, make tea or whatever you did in there. I remember it used to just be all my family doing it.
I mean, we used to eat all sorts in there, and it was nice even from other families.
Yeah.
Because we were laughing, having a joke, we weren't insensitive, we were just bringing everybody together. And it was, you had to. As we have always said, and we do believe, you don't cry, if you don't laugh, you cry.
Yeah.
So we try to laugh.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Right, my last question is it to you?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So, what kept you going? Because it's tough being a teenager.
Yeah.
Having this awful disease.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you got emotional a lot unless you did it behind my back.
Yeah.
We had our moments.
Yeah.
What kept you going through? Kept your spirits up?
I think that remembering and just telling myself that everything's going to be okay was definitely a big part of it, and keeping myself with people that I love. I mean, Owen has been brilliant. I don't think he realises how much he's helped. Bear with.
This is the first time I've seen you get upset.
And Roxy, my dog, like we always say that she's my therapy dog, don't she? Because she's she knows when to keep me busy. She knows when I need a cuddle. But yeah, I think just surrounding myself with the people that I want to be with, when I could, because of my neutrophils, which was also tough. But
and I think your friends, you've got a good close knit of friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you can't go out. And the good thing on me is that she ain't got a boyfriend, so she's no worse than your little girl, you know. She ain't going out there clubbing and anything, but she's got all that to come.
Yeah.
So what's 3 months, 4 months time, and you're over
3
it?
months. No, it's 5 months, and I'm finished.
And that doesn't give you an excuse to go and get a boyfriend, yeah?
What? But yeah, no, to that answer, I definitely think surrounding yourself with the people that you want to be around, keeping a positive mindset is definitely the way to go when you're in a horrible situation.
I think that's a good enough answer.
Yeah. After another emotional question. Thanks for that one, Dad. So my last question, and I ask this to everyone, I will be asking this to everyone that comes on. For everyone that's listening, what's your advice on staying positive in a negative situation?
Do you know what? It is a tough question. But I think humour,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, just that word just means a lot.
you got to have, I mean, I feel sorry for families that haven't got a strong unit. And I mean strong unit, you know, I've got Alison, I've got the kids.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say the kids, we have got a big, quite a unit family. You know,
Yeah.
Erin, Lily Mae, Jack,
Yeah.
like the Brady bunch down there, and obviously Owen.
Yeah.
Having them all is tough because you've got to keep everyone else's spirits up.
Yeah.
And like you say, I don't take life too serious.
No.
But this is a time to take serious because you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
But I would say, you know, keep laughing, appreciate what you've got,
Yeah.
not what you haven't got.
Yeah.
You know, like you see, all I know of social media, it's all about let's show off what we've got, but be thankful what you have got, because them little things mean a lot. You know.
And I think going through this, we see a lot. We didn't not appreciate it before, but we see a lot more now how much little things do mean.
Oh, massive! You know, it's them times. Obviously, you don't live with me, but
Yeah.
that weekend you live with me every weekend. Here we go again. Is important.
Yeah.
You know, if you're stressed at your job, sod the job. You know, get another one.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, even your work colleagues can support you if you've got decent ones.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, but I think it's your family, everyone.
Yeah.
You've got to keep, and I think it's the person going through it as well. We all go through it, don't get me wrong, but you're going through it. I think you being as strong
Yeah.
and tough
Yeah.
has got me through it.
Yeah.
And as you know, people, if you see my Facebook post, it's all about Leonie most of the time because I'm proud. And I don't give a shit, excuse my language, what people will think.
No.
I'm proud of what you've done.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'll still be proud.
Yeah.
Even when you was bald. But you've always looked beautiful to me.
You still say to me today that you think I should go back bald.
You know what? I actually prefer you being bald. Maybe it's like you being a baby again, but
Yeah.
no, you look beautiful either way. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So just be thankful, and I think
And
you know,
humour.
and humour is the best medicine.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it is.
chemo is really good because that stops cancer, but getting you through it, I think it's your mindset.
Yeah, I say this.
Because what you put in your kids is what you're going to get out, because they
Yeah.
can mirror you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
definitely.
So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is I'm a bloody good dad. No, I'm only joking. I'm just saying. No,
All right, Dad.
but I just think, yeah, humour is I think is the most, you know, have your little cries. It's good to cry. One
Oh,
thing
it
it's
is
learned
good
me
to
on this
cry.
journey is...
You need to cry.
It's taught me to cry. You know, I didn't cry for years, you know, obviously kids being born and all that. But
Yeah.
one thing I would say with that question, I know we go off tangent, but be proud of what you've got. Be
Yeah.
proud of your kids. Be proud of your partner. Because they're the ones that are going to get you through this.
Yeah.
Excuse me. yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
It does. Thank
Good.
you, Dad. Thank you for coming on and chatting with me, Dad.
My pleasure. Very emotional, but it's to support you. I'd do anything.
Thank you. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. Thank you to everyone for listening. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment of your questions that you want me to answer. Bye.